Hello and welcome to Physical Therapy, a movie podcast inspired by the world of physical media and beyond. My name is Kurt.
My name is Sam.
We are joined once again by our producer, Kimberly. Hi, Kimmy.
Good morning, boys.
Good morning.
Hello, Kim.
We got our coffees. We are rocking and rolling.
I'm actually drinking a tea.
Is it caffeinated?
No.
Wow.
Oh, you're a caffeine-free boy. That's good.
Well, I just haven't eaten anything yet, and if I drink caffeine on an empty stomach, it's bound to be a disastrous day.
Understood.
Physically or psychologically?
Both.
Gotcha. We're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk today about our best friend, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Once again,
He's back.
he's back, baby. He's not on our show. We're just here to talk
He's
about
back on the pod.
it. We're doing sort of a grab bag episode from our... Did I say bag weird? I just did.
Big.
Yeah, big.
We're doing sort of a grab bag episode from our collections.
Hell yeah.
Sam, I think we each watched 2 movies?
Yeah, I was trying to get to a third, and I just didn't have the time.
I did 2.5.
Okay.
We'll get to those titles in a little bit. First, some good announcements.
Yeah, what are you excited for?
A wish come true for our good friend Drew.
Yep.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the 90s versions. The trilogy is coming from Arrow Video.
That's fun.
Can't wait.
I believe in December.
Yes, December.
Are you going to get those, Sam?
I think so. As we talked about on the show with Drew, I'm not like a huge number 2 fan, and I think the third one is actively supposed to suck, but I haven't seen it since theaters, and all I remember about the movie is like seeing it in theaters.
Okay.
So I think I'm going to check them out. What about you?
Yeah, I think so. I've had the wonderful opportunity to make a lot of short action figure videos with Ninja Turtles for work. And it's gotten me as a 30-whatever-year-old person kind of into TMNT more than I've ever been in my life, even as a kid. So I'm looking forward to revisiting these because I have seen them, but I don't have any real memory. They were not like huge movies for me as a kid.
Sure.
These were the live action ones?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember them. I liked them. The Jim Henson creatures are great.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's part of the issue is that like the second and third ones utilize a different technology for the turtles than the first one does. Did you ever see that Mutant Mayhem animated movie that came out a couple years ago?
Oh, yeah. I loved it.
It's so great.
Yeah.
I got to pick that up, actually.
It's an incredible 4K. I have that on 4K.
I'm sure. Yeah.
I forget if it was Dawn of the Discs or Disconnected, but someone left a comment on their post for this release that just said, Part 3 will make a great coaster. So I think that told me everything I need to know as far as expectations go for number 3, but I can't wait to watch them all.
A big one kind of in the cult horror world is Synapse is bringing The Deadly Spawn to 4K. I thought I knew this movie, and I don't think I know it at all. So that's exciting. It is apparently a gory, gross-out alien feature from the mid-'80s with a bunch of great practical effects.
That's cool. That's not on my radar at all.
They're doing, I think, a initial 6,000 in like a Arrow big box.
The artwork is amazing.
Yeah, it's really, really good.
Speaking of culty horror, what's up with Twins of Evil?
Oh, we have it.
We have that?
Yeah, it's a Hammer movie. Yeah, I bought it because
Incredible.
I wanted to research it for something I'm working on. But yeah.
Well, Kim, it's coming out on 4K, so we got to rebuy it.
Oh, no.
I hate to break it to you.
Oh, no.
I've never seen it, but I'm in.
It looks amazing. The tagline on the poster is, one uses her beauty for love, one uses her lure for blood. Which is the virgin? Which is the vampire?
Yeah, sexy twins, Hammer style.
Hell yeah. Say no more. I'm in.
That's coming out 2 days before Halloween from Imprint in a really awesome looking 4K. The problem with Imprint...
It's going to be like $90 fucking.
Yeah, they're Australian imports and they're so expensive.
They have these beautiful boxes and I really do like their product, but they are hefty, man.
Well, we already have it, so we don't need to rebuy it.
Not on 4K though. They're also doing beautiful editions of Carrie and the 70s version of Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Oh yeah, I saw those. That's great. I have 4Ks of both of those, so I won't be double dipping, but
yeah, they're curious titles because I feel like there's like multiple versions of Invasion of the Body Snatchers in 4K. There's a Kino, there's an Arrow, right? Like a UK Arrow one.
That's the one I have, actually.
And then Carrie's definitely already out too.
Another Arrow big box that I have.
On 4K?
Yep.
I think I have a Kino 4K of that, don't I? Or no, I have a Scream Factory 4K.
There wasn't honestly that much more that caught my attention since we last recorded in terms of announcements.
There's a Godzilla store exclusive 4K release of Shin Godzilla.
So that's in theaters right now.
Yeah.
Too.
I want to see this.
I'm going to go see it maybe after we're done recording this, honestly.
Awesome. Report back.
Yeah.
This is like a giant box set that I don't need, but I would definitely pick up a 4K if they do a smaller version. And the last one I'll mention that got announced was Eddington.
Oh, yeah.
A 4K of Eddington and a Blu-ray of Eddington. The 4K is a A24 store exclusive, which is interesting.
So weird.
We've talked in the show that, you can get A24 exclusive releases from places like Walmart, Barnes & Noble, right?
Yeah.
Amoeba has them here in LA. But this is an interesting one where it's an exclusive to their website title, the 4K version. So
Sure.
I did order that, which can lead us into confessions. I saw that recently for the first time and loved it and can't wait to see it again.
Did you get anything else from A24 or just that?
I did not. I would like to get Bring Her Back and Friendship, both of which I have not seen yet.
You never saw Friendship?
No.
Oh, man.
Are you going to get that? Did you get that?
I'm definitely getting it because there's a 12-minute alternate take of a scene that I found to be so funny. So I again, there's a bunch of A24 titles that I've actually been sitting on picking up. So it's I want that. I want Love Lies Bleeding, Sing Sing.
Warfare?
I don't know if I'm honestly going to get Warfare. I loved Warfare and I thought it was very intense and really incredible in the theater. And I just don't know if my home viewing is going to match the experience that I had.
For sure. What else do you have to confess, Sam?
Oh,
my
my
list is
God.
not done, but why don't you take over?
I picked up the original Vampire Hunter D. Are you familiar with this? It's an anime.
Yeah. I never saw that. I remember that cover in Blockbuster.
Yeah.
Is it rated R?
Yes.
Yeah. I think it was around before I was allowed to watch it or something.
I can't remember it very well. I saw the sequel not too long ago at the Hollywood Theater, which was really cool, but I can't totally remember the original one. I know it's based off a series of novels from Japan. The company Sentai, who owns the rights to it, put it out with a slip. It's truly, that's what it got me. I was like, oh yeah, I'd watch that again. And then it was first editions ship with a slip sleeve. And I was like, all right, I'll buy that.
Is it a Blu-ray or 4K?
It's just a Blu-ray.
Okay, cool.
And then I had an order from Diabolic show up, which was the bigger box second sight edition of When Evil Lurks.
Oh, shit.
Which I've not seen.
I can't wait to hear what you think of that.
And then that same director put out a movie called Terrified.
Okay.
And I started this movie on Shudder at one point. Was home alone and I got too creeped out, so I turned it off. But I recently canceled my Shudder subscription and I've been thinking about wanting to revisit that movie, so I picked up. It was just a Blu-ray. It was $14, so I'm pretty stoked on both of those.
Nice.
What else did you get?
I got a pre-order that showed up from Amazon 2 weeks late. Pre-ordered it months ago.
Yeah.
And it was all banged up. And my relationship with Amazon is over, Sam.
Hell yeah.
I don't have Prime anymore.
How many
Hell
times
yes.
have you...
No, I canceled Prime. Kim, this is a...
But you've canceled Prime before. This is round 3 or 4 here.
I don't remember that.
Let's see how long this one lasts.
Sunset Boulevard was the title. And now I need to figure out how to find that. Hopefully down at Amoeba. The 4K.
Was it a big box?
No, but there is a big box. It's a Region B Blu-ray.
Okay.
So I think it's UK. It's fine. I don't need it. The standard US release that just came out has a slip and looks great. So
Cool.
I did do a pre-order since we last recorded with Orbit of Dogtooth 4K from Kino.
Hell yeah.
Master and Commander.
Oh, you went for it.
Hell yeah. And then this leads to a follow-up I have for our 2 listeners out there. I heard back from Umbrella.
Oh, yeah.
So if you caught our last episode about Eyes Without a Face, we talked some shit about the subtitles and the quality of the French to English translated subtitles having essentially not been QC'd, really. It seemed like nobody checked it, and the letter I was often shown as a number 1 or an up and down slash or whatever. And I hit them up and was like, is there going to be a replacement disc? Do you guys know that this disc is like this, blah, blah, blah. And they were cool. They sent me an email. Well, they were cool, but they were like, no, there's not going to be a replacement disc. We are aware of the issue and it's never going to happen again, basically. They've overhauled their QC process. And I said, will the upcoming release of The Fire Within, which is a French film by Louis Malle, coming out on Blu-ray for the first time through Umbrella, so it will have English subtitles. I said, will that suffer this same problem? They said no. So I pre-ordered that, and I ordered a replacement BFI version of Eyes Without a Face because I'm a fucking loser.
So are you going to then sell your Umbrella version?
I think so.
Yeah.
The packaging is great, but ultimately, I don't care. I think there'll be a slip sleeve on the BFI one, I'm sure, and that'll be fine.
Sure. Just remember to double check those subtitles.
Yeah, but the fact that they basically fessed up to their QC process, I don't think it's going to be the same problem.
Okay. That's great. That's awesome.
If it is, I'll fall on my sword.
Yeah. If it is, the show's canceled.
Oh my God.
I forgot one thing that I picked up as well. As mentioned in last week's episode as well, I had bought a couple copies of the same movie by accident. So I went to return Blue Sunshine to Music Millennium, and I get up to the counter, and I was like, hey, I got to return this. And the guy goes, what's wrong with it? And I said, nothing. I'm a moron and bought this when I already owned it. And he just laughed and goes, oh, okay. So while returning that, I picked up a movie for an upcoming episode, so I'm not going to mention it right now, but I also got the studio release of Earthquake, the 70s disaster movie. But I mainly got it because the slip sleeve is great. It's the poster of the movie, which is all white, and then diagonally across it, it says Earthquake. And there's like a bus in the font and everything. But the slip sleeve is a textured, like raised earthquake.
Hell yeah.
And I was just like, oh my God, this is so great. So
You know nothing about this movie, but that package really got you. That little raised earthquake.
Well, it was $2 cheaper than the other movie I had in my hand, which I can't even remember what it is at this point. I was like, I guess I'm going with Earthquake.
Oh my God.
I think we should do a disaster movie episode soon.
That would be fun.
I'm looking this movie up right now on Blu-ray.com. Insane, dude. This movie stars Charlton Heston.
Everyone's favorite leading man.
The poster is awesome, though.
The poster's great.
And it looks like it literally takes place like on our block.
I can't wait to see the Yaris fall into the earth.
I can't wait for that either.
Damn, this movie looks awesome.
Hell yeah, dude. What do we do in Earthquake?
I guarantee it just has a lot of like shaking camera.
And Charlton running around screaming.
Being a racist, misogynistic asshole.
I always think of his performance
on Friends.
No.
You remember him on Friends where he has to like Joey like uses his shower on set because he smells like fish because he went on a fishing trip and Charlton Heston comes in.
No, the 10 Commandments.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
I just mainly think about his Friends appearance.
Yeah. Apparently. He did have a fun career, I have to say.
He had a great career. I just,
I love his career. Yeah, he is like...
He's a monster of a human being.
He's the Mel Gibson of the past.
Is he dead?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's about it for me, Sam. I think I'm getting a delivery of the Good, the Bad, the Ugly trilogy, the Man with No Name trilogy, excuse me. The big boxes from Arrow is finally arriving, probably tomorrow. Excited for those.
Who did you end up ordering that from?
From Orbit.
Okay.
I love a pre-order because by the time it shows up, you've forgotten what you spent on it, you know?
Well, there's that, but sometimes I forget what titles are in it. I'm like, I know I got a big box coming today, but I'm not sure what's in it. It feels like Christmas.
And then you realize you already have it. Anything in the theater, Sam? Any recent movies?
Well, we highlighted Weapons.
Hell yeah.
And I think that was the last time that I was in the theater. What about you?
I saw Together.
Okay.
The Dave Franco, Alison Brie body horror relationship dark comedy. It didn't really do it for me. I thought it was kind of familiar. A lot of stuff I'd seen done better and other things, especially on the heels of Weapons and Eddington, which I just thought were so masterfully done.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I saw Eddington on a Tuesday. The following Wednesday, Together came out, so I saw it that afternoon. but I was still about 2 weeks out from Weapons at that point. So I couldn't compare it. And they're very different movies, but one is way better than the other.
Yeah.
I thought Together was like, I think there are some cool bits of it. I had a good time watching it. There's a scare in it that really got me. And so hats off to that. But I think it kind of plateaus early and then you're just like in the movie for the next hour. It kind of goes exactly where you think it's going to go. And then that's it.
Right. And I like can't usually predict what's going to happen, or my brain is not trying to in movies. I'm like, I don't watch them like that generally. So it's rare when I call it ahead of time, especially like, again, comparing it to Weapons or Eddington, that are just both impossible movies to predict where they're going to go. It felt especially boring in that sense.
When I saw it, I was coming off of Superman and Fantastic Four.
Yeah, there you go.
So it was just like, oh, okay.
You're like, wow, this is great.
Yeah.
Yeah. State of mind issues.
I mean, it is very funny. Like the amount of times they call each other babe in that movie, I was like cracking up towards the end of it.
Yeah, the relationship humor definitely works. And there's definitely moments where being a married person, I was like, oh my God, I do that.
Maybe you learned something.
I watched a recent film at home. I streamed this movie because there is no 4K. Recently, Sam, I did my civic duty and I served on a jury for 2 days.
Hell yeah.
It was the best 2 days of his life.
It was fascinating.
He loved it.
4 days of the voir dire process and 2 days of trial left me with one question, Sam. That question was, what's up with juror number 2?
What is up with it, man? I've heard it's great.
Clint Eastwood, his most recent directorial effort. This man is in his 90s, is that true?
Yeah.
Starring Nicholas Hoult and Toni Collette. This movie's about a man summoned for jury duty, just like I was, who is picked for the trial, just like I was, and soon realizes during opening statements for a trial about a man who may or may not have killed his girlfriend, juror number 2, Nicholas Hoult, realizes that he may in fact be responsible for this death. Pretty good setup.
Yeah, it's great.
Pretty good movie. Pretty fun.
Okay.
I would recommend that the next time you're on an airplane, Sam, throw this shit on.
Yeah, it's great for that.
Okay.
It was more of kind of a moral quandary of a story and less nefarious than I expected. I was hoping his character would be a little more sinister than he is, but it's still very watchable. And I know you like Nicholas Hoult, Sam.
Yeah, totally. I wanted to see it. It literally showed for like a week here in Portland and then disappeared.
It basically did that everywhere. They pulled it like so fast. And I don't think they released it on very many screens. Warner Brothers like biffed this.
Yeah, because they had just lost a ton of money because of Joker 2.
Oh, right.
And so they were like just battening down the hatches.
That's crazy.
It's on HBO Max, HBO Go, HBO whatever.
I think it's just called HBO Max again.
There it is. I would also like to announce that I am retiring from podcast hosting and I'm going to either be a full-time juror, if that exists, or a lawyer.
Great.
He's just going to go sit at the courthouse every day and wait to be called.
You guys need anything? You good? Or
You need me in there? You need me in there?
that's cool. I'll wait.
Some justice? I can deliver that. Kurt loves the law.
There we go.
I'm very curious about what 2.5 movies you watched for this episode.
I'll start with the 1.5. I watched the 4Ks of 1984's The Terminator and 1991's Terminator 2 Judgment Day.
Hell yeah.
I haven't finished Judgment Day yet, but I've seen it a million times. Not on 4K, though. These were 2 movies that I had in the shame pile, and I'm here to say that they have mixed results.
I remember hearing that the discs were not great on both those releases.
Well, here I am, Sam, with a controversial take.
Uh-oh.
I totally agree on T2. Not great. Fine. Like, the first few minutes, I was like, okay. But it didn't ruin it by any means. It's just not very good. It's been a while since I've watched that movie on Blu-ray, so I can't really remember how good it was.
Okay.
But I don't know. I'm not mad about it.
Sure.
T1 obviously has undergone the AI or whatever style restoration that we've talked about before with James Cameron. You know, that was a big thing with the True Lies release and the Abyss and Aliens. Some of those were better than others. I think True Lies was sort of like the worst of that those 3 titles when they came out. I think T1 looks excellent.
Really?
It does have this sort of AI quality to it, but there's still a ton of grain. It looks sharp, but to my eye, it was not like overly processed.
Okay.
It just looks like it's been restored and maybe beyond what it started as. I think that's the issue. Like, it's a step further than just like preserving a really pristine like 35 mil print of it. There's something kind of digital looking about it, but it looks really good. It looks really clean, bright, and sharp. I highly recommend it if people haven't checked that disc out and haven't seen Terminator in a while. I think it totally delivers.
Yeah, so I haven't picked up that 4K because of I don't know if it's controversy, but because of the issues with the disc. I think the Blu-ray still looks great. That's an incredible movie, but I tend to watch the second one over the first more often than not.
I love the first movie. So this obviously is the Terminator. It's about a unstoppable killing robot sent back in time from a future war between man and AI machines, basically. And Schwarzenegger plays the Terminator, this robot, and he is on a mission to kill Sarah Connor, played by Linda Hamilton, because she is the mother of John Connor, who will one day grow up to be the leader of the human resistance against the machines. And also sent back in time is a man played by Michael Biehn, whose mission is to protect her from the Terminator. This is a $6 million movie.
That's crazy.
That made almost 80 in 1984. And it's one of those movies that's like, it's kind of impossible to just imagine it not being around, It's like so ubiquitous, like to growing up when we did, and Schwarzenegger, this is it. This is why Schwarzenegger is Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
And it's so topical,
Yeah.
It's like
Especially
amazing to
now.
watch it now. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's literally like the first thing you see in this movie is an action sequence in this future war, and it just says Los Angeles 2029, and you're like, yeah, that might be exactly what's going on.
We're heading right to that.
Years.
Yep.
The cool thing about Terminator, though, is that it plays way closer to Halloween or like a unstoppable slasher movie than it does like what we think of the franchise as an action sci-fi franchise. There are huge sci-fi elements of the first one, but it is way more of a man hunting a woman and killing anything that gets in its way movie than it is a big giant action movie.
For sure. It's straight up a slasher movie.
Yeah, and James Cameron worked with John Carpenter on Escape from New York, doing like background paintings and some special effects work. And I can't help but think that he was very much inspired by Halloween while making this.
Crazy sex scene, though.
Crazy sex scene.
The scene
Perfect
is
movie,
insane.
other than a
so
sex
funny.
scene that goes on for like 90 seconds too long.
I think that this sex scene and the Top Gun sex scene, the original Top Gun, are like the weirdest, strangest.
Kim, I don't know the last time you saw To Live and Die in LA, but that is the
that one
weirdest
too.
sex scene of all
Oh my
time.
God.
I want to be on the record here that I completely disagree about Top Gun.
Really? I think it's so strange and funny.
Very formative for a young me. Terminator 2 Judgment Day is the first R-rated movie I ever saw.
Wow.
Matt Peterson's second grade birthday party on VHS.
Hell yeah.
Pretty sure I've said that on the show before.
Wait, are you sure? I feel like there's so many R-rated movies that you're like, this is the first one I saw.
Of course I'm sure. You never forget. You never forget.
Yeah.
Didn't have permission. First one I saw with permission was Speed.
Oh, okay. That's what I'm remembering.
Terminator 2 was 100% the first R-rated movie that I ever saw, too. My dad showed it to me when I was 5.
5?
God damn.
I can remember the nightmare that I had the night I watched it. Like, it destroyed me.
Was it little kids getting vaporized by a nuclear blast, perhaps?
Nah, it was the T-1000 holding me down by the forehead and sawing my legs off.
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ.
And I woke up screaming, Terminator's cutting off my legs.
Well, that's it for our show, folks. Terminator 2 Judgment Day takes place when John Connor is a teenager. He's played by Edward Furlong. And once again, sent back in time is a Terminator who's hunting him down. And this time, the Protector sent back is also a Terminator. And in one of the great strokes of sequel expectations, Arnold Schwarzenegger plays the good guy in this one.
It's why James Cameron's the man.
Yeah.
Him being able to look at Terminator 2 and look at the success of Terminator and go like, yeah, we're going to do the same thing again, but Arnold's going to be the good guy and we're not going to tell anybody that beforehand.
Yep.
It's incredible.
It rocks. When this movie came out, the special effects in it were absolutely mind-blowing. Most of this movie still looks incredible. You know, a lot of it's dated in terms of the CGI, but
it doesn't even look that bad.
Yeah, there's like some Alex Mackey sort of effects going on, but it's just one of the greatest blockbusters ever. And a totally different genre on some level. There's scary shit in this for sure, but it's much more of a big budget action movie than the first one.
Without a doubt. I think for my money, this is the greatest action film ever made.
Hot damn. Unfortunately, it's a pretty shitty 4K, if we're being honest.
Why does the first one look better than this one?
That's a great question. I don't know.
They just didn't. I don't understand.
This is a very early 4K. I remember like this kind of came out right when the format did. So I'm not sure if the restoration technologies that he's used of late were around or whatever, or how involved he was, to be honest.
I was just going to say, did he like approve this transfer?
No idea. You know, this franchise kind of went down the drain, I think, after this second installment. Are there any other good ones? People like Dark Fate. Is that the most recent one? I did not like it.
Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, you love it?
Dark
Oh,
Fate
God.
fucking rules. Dark Fate rules. I got a 4K of Dark Fate sitting in the other room. Probably looks way better than Terminator 2 does.
Damn, you didn't watch it for this episode? The fuck, Sam?
It's
you
not
had
in the shame
perfect
pile.
opportunity. Oh, you've already watched it?
Yeah, I've already watched it.
Damn, you're just watching Dark Fate over and over, and you got a mounting shame pile.
Wait, which one has Christian Bale in it?
Don't even get me fucking started, Kim.
I bought a import from somewhere of Terminator Salvation with Schwarzenegger, or with Christian Bale and Schwarzenegger. Is he actually in that movie? Or
No, it's like a likeness of him, but it's not
Holy
him.
shit. And I was so ready to die on Terminator Salvation Hill and stand up for that thing against Sam, because Sam was like, dude. And I put it on one night and I got like 10 minutes in and sold it.
Yeah.
It's
That
so
movie is
fucking bad.
garbage.
I just remember the trailer. I never saw it.
The trailer, so good.
The
The
trailer's
trailer was
incredible.
good, but I was, not
What are
interested
you?
to see it.
When he gets out of that helicopter and stomps on the skull.
Yeah.
And it like
yeah.
tilts up and it's Christian Bale. Like dude, right in the heels of Dark Knight.
Yeah.
What a time. What a time.
I'm honestly surprised you don't like Dark Fate. I think Dark Fate's a pretty cool sequel. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say it like reaches the heights of Terminator 1 or 2, but as a movie that erases all the other garbage sequels and is pretty much Terminator 3, I'm like, you know what? That's fine.
Damn, what's up with Terminator Dark Fate on 4K though?
Looks great.
How about you, Sam? What'd you check out? What's your first one?
So both of my releases today are from Studio Canal, so they're imports. And for the first movie, I watched 1986's Raw Deal.
Oh, what's up with Raw Deal? What's it about?
Okay, so the tagline for this movie is "The system gave him a raw deal. Nobody gives him a raw deal."
Uh-oh.
A former FBI special agent who is now a small town sheriff gets called back into action after the FBI chief's son gets killed. So I hadn't seen this. I have to say, this movie has some of my favorite Arnold looks of all time. He's like constantly in these really hip for the time suits, and his hair is slicked back the whole time because he becomes an undercover FBI agent who has to infiltrate the mob, basically.
Oh, shit.
And then in the final showdown of this movie, his hair is completely slicked back. He's in a white tank top that's tucked into like black pants, and then he puts a black leather jacket on over it. And he grabs like this crazy submachine gun and like a bag full of guns and drives to like a rock quarry and shoots a bunch of dudes.
Is he pretending to be Italian?
No. He like blows up a mobster's like gambling ring to get their attention, and then is like, hey, I want to join your family. And they're kind of like, okay.
I don't think that's how it works.
This movie doesn't really work.
Okay.
This movie is directed by John Irvin, who has directed some other movies that I've liked, such as The Dogs of War with Christopher Walken or Ghost Story, which is a Peter Straub novel. I liked both those movies a lot. I just don't think he's the right director for this. He clearly doesn't have a lot of action movie experience, and the action scenes are very flat. They're not as good as other Arnold movies around this time. You know, I'm going to keep the movie, but I was just kind of bummed. I've always loved the cover for this movie so much. It's him in that tank top that I was talking about with his name like 50 times behind him. Mm-hmm. And it's a great cover, and I really expected to love this movie, and I just didn't really.
Well, I'm glad you finally answered the question because it's been in your pile for a long time.
Oh my God, so long, dude.
We've been circling it. You've been trying to talk me into buying it. I've been resisting you.
Probably the right move at this point.
What's the one where he's Russian?
Dog. For my second movie.
Oh, shit.
For my second movie, I watched 1988's Red Heat, where he plays like a top-ranking official of the Russian police force.
Wow. Does he have a Russian accent?
Yep.
Does it work?
Yep.
Oh, shit.
So the cool thing about watching these two movies back to back is that they're both Chicago movies. In Raw Deal, he infiltrates the Chicago Italian mafia. And in Red Heat, a criminal from Moscow escapes the police and ends up in Chicago. So Schwarzenegger has to go to Chicago, where he teams up with James Belushi to hunt down this criminal. And I don't know why people don't like this movie. This movie worked for me on like every level. It's written and directed by Walter Hill. It has shades of 48 Hours, Lethal Weapon, like name other 80s buddy cop movies. And it is so weird and awesome.
Is it a comedy?
No. I mean, there are comedic elements in it.
Yeah.
James Belushi has like 50 lines about jerking off, but it's like played fairly straight. It's, you know, like, I don't know if you'd consider 48 Hours a comedy, but there are like comedic elements to it. And this is kind of very similar to that. I really like this movie a lot. The minute it started, I was like, this is so weird. It opens in a Russian bathhouse where there are people just shoveling coal into a furnace, but it's like muscle daddies in tiny little towels.
Amazing.
And then
I'm in.
I'm pretty sure the first shot of Arnold you see is from behind with his little butt. And then he like walks past the camera and the camera moves and it shows you it's him. And to like prove his loyalty to whatever gang is running this bathhouse, they put a burning piece of coal into his hand and makes him grip it. And then he punches the guy in the face. And all of a sudden, somebody's like flying out a window and it is now an outside snow fight scene.
Ooh, that's fun.
It ruled. You know, this is 88, so he's just ripped off Predator in 87, The Running Man in 87, and then in 88 he has Red Heat and Twins. Red Heat was like, did pretty well. Twins was a massive hit at the box office. So he had a pretty good 88. This was a 4K from Studio Canal. Raw Deal was just a blue. Raw Deal does not have a slip sleeve. Red Heat does.
It looks like there's a US version too from Lionsgate on 4K. That's pretty affordable on Amazon, but unfortunately, I don't have Amazon anymore.
It's not one of their Lionsgate limited then?
No,
if you can get it from
I don't
Amazon.
think so, yeah.
Yeah, I really, really enjoyed this movie. Again, if you're getting the 4K from Studio Canal, it'll be region free, at least that disc. But I highly recommend this movie if people haven't seen it and they like Arnold.
According to Orbit, it does not say that there is a slip on their Studio Canal 4K version, so that might be out of print.
I got it from them. But I believe there's another time that I bought a title from Orbit that said with a slip and it did not have one. So I'm not sure if that information is always super accurate.
Gotcha. Well, yeah, I'm sold. I want to see this.
Yeah, you got to pick it up. You could probably skip Raw Deal. I mean, if you're like going through a completist filmography, see it. And it's not like unwatchable or bad. It's just not as good as other mid-80s Arnold movies.
For my second pick, Kim and I watched 1993's Last Action Hero on 4K.
Damn, this was the third one that I was trying to get to that I didn't have time.
This is co-written by Shane Black.
Ooh.
And directed by John McTiernan, director of Die Hard and Predator.
And The 13th Warrior.
Damn, what's up with The 13th Warrior? We got to figure that out, Sam.
Dude, I wished, I will continue to wish.
Last Action Hero is about a young boy living in New York City who is obsessed with movies, and his favorite film franchise are the Jack Slater movies. Jack Slater is a character played in the movie by Arnold Schwarzenegger. So Arnold Schwarzenegger exists in the world of Last Action Hero.
Hell yeah.
He stars in a made-up franchise called Jack Slater, but he also exists in like the Terminator movies. He's Arnold Schwarzenegger. So the young boy Danny is invited to check out Jack Slater 4 early because his friend is a projectionist at an old kind of dilapidated single screen movie theater that's about to be replaced by a multiplex. His friend is played by the great Robert Prosky, who you may know as the bad guy from Thief. Danny goes to check out the screening in the middle of the night, late night, and is given a magical ticket by Robert Prosky, given to him when he was a boy by a magician. I think Houdini, right?
Yeah, literally Houdini.
Yeah. While Danny is watching Jack Slater 4, this ticket magically brings him into the film. And so this movie takes place inside of a action movie starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. So Schwarzenegger plays Jack Slater and is unaware that he is, in fact, Arnold Schwarzenegger in a movie. But the kid is aware this entire time. And so it's playing a lot with tropes and the form of these types of big budget Schwarzenegger movies. And it's very meta, and things about it work, things about it don't. There's great practical effects. It isn't as funny as it wants to be. Kim, you had a hard time with this one.
I did. It just never quite clicked. I feel like it was very scattered and joke heavy.
If I remember correctly, it was kind of a failure when it came out, right?
Well, Kurt was saying it came out the same weekend as Jurassic Park.
Oh my God.
And it's such an expensive movie. Like, you can tell how much like of a huge budget this thing was. And it was like, it's Columbia Pictures and Sony. Yeah, it's just a little, it's a little much. And it's like, John McTiernan is not a comedy specialist, in my opinion.
Okay.
It's just a little wacky.
Yeah.
In not a great way. I see like where it was trying to go, but
yeah, you can see what it's trying to do.
Yeah.
At all times. And it's very often missing the mark, and pretty much always on the comedy front. And, you know, the performance of the young kid is kind of just fine. It's not that magnetic.
Yeah. I mean, there's certain charms to the movie. Like, I did like appreciate its, you know, boldness, I guess. I mean, it really felt like a male version of Barbie to me. But I'm such a fan of like Neverending Story, like the meta, like I like that kind of conceit, but I feel like this just didn't quite capture me the way I wanted to. And yeah, and Kurt was like, oh, it's kind of like Roger Rabbit when we were going into it. And I think Roger Rabbit is far more entertaining and
for sure
definitely grabs you in the way that you want to be taken into the Toon world. So yeah, I don't know. I see what it was trying to do. I mean, and Schwarzenegger is amazing. Like, he's the best part for sure.
Kurt, didn't you and I watch this during the pandemic, like right as this 4K came out?
Yes, this was not a Shane Powell one. I had watched this before, but Kim had never seen it. And honestly, Sam, I thought you were going to watch it. So
yeah, totally. I really wanted to. I couldn't get to it.
Yeah.
But I remember having not seen it since I was a kid. And then when you and I watched it during the pandemic, I really liked it. I thought it like worked and clicked in a way that I was not expecting to like it.
Same here. When we watched it, I felt better about it. For some reason, it might have just been the fact that I knew Kim didn't like it.
I mean, I think when the fart joke happened, I was like, I'm good. Like, I don't need this.
Pretty good fart joke.
I don't even remember the fart joke, but I'm sure it's awesome.
There's a dead body with a bomb in it, and the guy's name is Fart. And the fart's gonna go off is what they keep saying. This is a kid's movie. I mean, that's part of this.
No, but it's a little boys. It's not a kid's movie. It's a little boys movie. It's just a fantasy for little boys.
That's all it is.
Which is fine. I'm all about that.
Fun.
But yeah, but it just, I don't know. It just didn't quite. Also, I mean, the LA of it all it was kind of fun to see. I mean, it being New York is like clearly downtown Broadway,
Sure.
downtown LA, and it's just all over the place here, which was kind of fun.
There are like huge set pieces in this movie, though.
Huge,
Absolutely.
massive, but it's just sort of like dead a little bit. There's not a lot of, but at least that was my experience. I'm glad you two had the affection you had for it at one point.
I'm doing a Dark Fate Last Action Hero double feature tonight.
There's an amazing bit in Last Action Hero where they go to a Blockbuster video,
Oh yeah, it's so great.
but they're in the movie. And in the movie, Jack Slater 4, Schwarzenegger can't exist. So they walk up to a Terminator 2 Judgment Day, like standee or whatever they're called, like the big display cardboard thing at a video store. And the camera starts on the bottom of it, and you see that it's T2 Judgment Day, and it's the iconic poster of him on the motorcycle with the shotgun or whatever. And the camera booms up this thing, and it reveals that it's Stallone
Yeah, that's right. I
on the
remember that
poster
part.
instead of Schwarzenegger. Really good. A nice thing about the 4K too is there's also, you can see very prominently, they've displayed other John McTiernan films on the shelves.
Hell yeah.
Hunt for Red October being one of them.
How many basic posters they got in there?
Damn. God, Basic rocks. Not a big hit, as we said. Opened against Jurassic Park.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
With a budget of 85 million, and according to Wikipedia, made 137.
Oof. That's got to be kind of a hit to Arnold at that time, too.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, it just feels like it should have been the biggest hit in the world.
And I think they were really shooting for that, and they just didn't get there. Can you imagine opening against Jurassic Park?
Yeah, that's a wild, that, like, what do you do?
You moved the date. Like, how did it?
But they didn't know. Like,
Yeah,
Jurassic
I don't
Park was
think.
kind of a shock. But you can feel, like, the pressure of Last Action Hero having to be, like, this grand Schwarzenegger machine, and it doesn't quite, I don't
Just
know,
doesn't
it's sort
get
of
there, huh?
forgettable.
I mean, I can say that, like, having just watched it in the past 5 years,
Yeah.
and I liked it, but I don't remember much of it. So
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, it kind of flies away from your brain.
Sure.
Incredible 4K. I should say that.
Oh, I'm sure.
Incredible. Like 10 out of 10.
Like, this disc was like a pretty big deal when it came out. I mean, that's why you and I went to rewatch it. It was like limited editions and announcements, I mean, it was a big deal.
Did you get the Steelbook, or which version do you have?
I don't have the Steelbook. I have a non-slip Studio 4K,
Okay.
which is a little bit of a
I don't know
bummer
that it ever
because
had a slip, though.
I think it did.
Really?
I think like the first edition printing did.
Good or bad, it's nice to have him back, Arnold.
Do you have a lot more of his movies in your shame pile?
That's it. I'm cleared out
Okay.
until End of Days 4K gets here.
Better be followed up by a copy of Red Heat.
Yeah, I might have to get that. Okay, before we go, it's time to put wishes into the physical media universe for titles on formats that do not yet exist. I wish for a 4K of 1993's Dave.
I wish for a 4K of 1985's Commando. I've never seen Dave.
Oh, that's good.
I love Dave. Dave is a 1993 political comedy directed by Ivan Reitman, starring Kevin Kline and Sigourney Weaver. It's about the President of the United States having a scandalous heart attack and going into a coma, and the government covering it up by replacing the president with a man who looks exactly like him, and Kevin Kline, Dave, standing in for the president and essentially like doing a better job and leading the country as just a normal guy. And then, the president waking up and hijinks ensue. But this film, the same year as Last Action Hero, features a cameo by Arnold Schwarzenegger. You know who else it features a cameo from, Sam, playing himself?
Who?
Oliver Stone.
Your favorite.
Yikes. You had me on the line until you dropped old Ollie's name.
Commando, Sam.
Yeah, 1985's Commando. Arnold Schwarzenegger plays a retired commando who's daughter, played by Alyssa Milano, gets kidnapped, and he's got to kill a whole bunch of people to get her back. One of the craziest finales of a movie ever.
It's so good.
I've never seen it. I want to see it.
The finale is insane, man. It's so crazy.
In a good way or?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
In a great way. He's got a great line in it where he's like, Sully, remember when I said I'd kill you last? I lied.
Sign me up.
Yeah, it's awesome. And I'm very surprised that actually it doesn't have a 4K release already. It'd be great if, Arrow or somebody cool picked it up and gave us a big edition with a bunch of special features.
That would be so good.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it for another episode. Thank you all so much for listening. Thank you to Patrick Laban for our badass theme song. Thank you to Kimberly for producing. Kim, we appreciate everything you do for us.
Just trying to corral these two wandering souls.
Please, as always, give us a like and a follow. Subscribe to the show. Tell a friend about it. Leave us a review at PT Movie Pod on Instagram.
We will see you all next week.